Hey guys, Lindsay with the Scrap Room here. Today I've got a really fun garden craft to share. I got this adorable little guy secondhand, and when I saw him, I just knew he would make the cutest topiary. I'm not sure if that's what he was supposed to be used for, but that's what I was going to use him for. So I brought him and some supplies with me when I went to go house sit for a friend. She loves plants, had a forest full of moss, and was willing to share her bounty of moss with me. Moss is really expensive if you're making a topiary of this size. So I made it over at her house while I was house sitting, and it worked out great. I got to play with the dogs and enjoy some backyard time with them. And we went on a little adventure in her woods and collected moss. And then we got started. So honestly, I don't know where to tell you guys where to get this guy. I looked for him everywhere online and tried to find a link to share in the comments of this, and I could not find him. I don't know if he's a one of a kind. I'm not really sure where he came from. I got him secondhand from my mother-in-law, and um, I searched online. And if you go to like Amazon and type in animal metal topiaries, you can find all different kinds of animals. I couldn't find this one for you guys. I'm really sorry. I tried. But you can do the same tutorial with any other animal project or form. You won't need a lot of supplies for this project. You'll need the topiary, obviously the metal structure for the topiary. You'll also need some chicken wire that's nice and bendable that you can use to make like a frame for it so that it holds the moss and dirt and stuff. You'll need twist ties. I bought it in like a bulk roll of it. I'll drop the link in the comments below. And then you'll also, of course, need the moss to line the chicken wire with, and then dirt to fill it with. And you'll need a little more dirt than you think because you do need to pack it down pretty good. And then for this one, I got like a trailing plant to put on the top because I thought that would just be kind of fun to like drape over the edge of the snail. And then I bought a bunch of succulents to add to the spiral part of the snail shell. But you'll want to take whatever design that you've got into consideration when you pick out like what plants you want to put it and stuff like that. I sped this up a bit because it was painfully slow to watch. This is definitely a tedious project. I started it inside and then decided it would be a lot more fun to do out in the sunshine. So I brought the dogs outside and set up on the back porch. Basically, what you do to set up the topiary is you cut the chicken wire into pieces that fit on the inside of the topiary itself, and then you use the twist ties to attach the chicken wire to the wire frame of the topiary. And you just kind of work your way through the whole thing. For this one, the neck was the hardest, obviously, because it's kind of like a skinny thing, and you got to reach your arm up there and shape it to the head and the neck. But once you get a piece shaped, you just kind of attach it with the twist tie and then work your way around. I started with the head on this one and then moved down into the neck. And then I went to the sides next just because they're really big. I'm going to end up putting plants there, but they're small little succulent plants, so they'll be able to fit between the chicken wire. But I left the top open because I'm going to put a bigger plant up there and I need a little bit more space for it. So I just kind of continued to work my way all the way around, just shaping with my hand, using my hand to shape the chicken wire to the form itself, and then just keep attaching the twist ties. The bottom was a little bit more tricky. I knew it was going to need to support some weight, so I didn't want to just cut a piece and attach it with a couple of twist ties. So I ended up cutting a piece that was a little bit too big for it so that I could overlap it with the other chicken wire that was there. And then I kind of like spiral wrap the twist tie all around the base of the form itself, attaching the chicken wire all the way around the entire base. Obviously, you're going to want to take into consideration whatever size topiary you're using. If you're using a small one, you probably don't have to be quite so thorough in how you attach the base of it. But this was a pretty good size one, and I did buy potting soil for it, so it's going to be lighter weight, but it's still a lot of dirt and plant. So, but it did hold up well. When I filled it up with dirt and filled it up with water, the base did not fall off, and we moved it around several times and didn't have any problems with it. So, if you're doing a topiary this size, I'm sure that's like a scientific term, the twist and wrap method seemed to be efficient. When you go to add the dirt and moss, it's kind of, you gotta have to go back and forth because you need the moss in there to hold the dirt, but then you need the dirt in there to hold the moss up. So add a little bit of moss and then start packing the dirt in. I use these potting soil bricks. They were awesome. I think I used 3 for this, but anyways, you unwrap it, you stick it in a bucket, you fill the bucket with water, and it expands. It's awesome. So I was able to do that pretty easy. You just kind of pat the moss down to the chicken wire, and so it kind of sticks to the chicken wire a little bit just because the different textures, and then you just fill in the dirt. You really want to make sure you pack the dirt in well, because as this sits over time, that dirt's going to compress, and then you're going to end up like with a weird hole on the top. So you don't want that. Just make sure you pack it full of dirt and keep packing the moss up as you go, and then add your plants. I use vinca or creeping myrtle for the top so I'd have some trailing, and then I use some house leek or hens and chicks for the sides for the on the spiral part. I had so much fun making this little guy. I gave him to my friend because I knew that she would love him. Also, I didn't want to remove the moss and any bugs living in it from the area. If you try this project, please remember to use local, legally obtained moss. Don't go stealing moss from parks or anything like that. If you don't have a source for moss, you can buy it online. You can also get it at your local craft store, and some plant nurseries might even sell it, so you can check there too. I hope you enjoyed the video and that it helps inspire your next project. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.